Assalamu alaikum and welcome everybody to the Halal Times YouTube channel. Today we are excited to be able to speak with a wonderful personality. He is from Croatia. He has more than 13 or 14 years of experience working in the halal industry, and it's really an exciting journey which he has taken throughout these years. He has made an impact on the halal industry in Croatia, in that part of Europe. I'm sure you will be able to learn a lot from the experiences which he has gained so far. And let's start the discussion, sir. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Mr. Aldin, how are you, sir? How is everything?
Alaikum salam. Everything is alhamdulillah. Greetings from Zagreb.
Thank you so much, sir. Our viewers would like to know a bit about yourself, how you got started in this halal certification industry, and what's been your experience so far while managing a company. You're working as the chief executive officer of the halal certification in company over there in Zagreb, Croatia.
Actually, during my studies, I was studying for the health engineering or sanitary engineering. I heard about the halal certification and halal standardization and sent actually one email to the Islamic community in Croatia, because actually in that time they were starting to do something about the halal certification and I was interested in it. Then they called me for the interview to speak with me, to see who I am, what I'm doing, and etc. And then I actually started to educate myself. I go also on some training in Bosnia and Herzegovina about halal certification and standardization. And the first topic that I was doing during my study was about halal standardization and connection with other standards. And my first graduation was on that topic. After that, I actually started to work in the Center for Halal Quality Certification as a secretary and as an auditor. And we actually start to develop halal standardization in Croatia. Even the confirmation, like some kind of the halal shipment certificate, was issued by the Islamic community since 90s, but it was only that imams goes to control the slaughterhouse and give permission for that shipment. From 2007, actually start this standardization and certification process in Bosnia and Herzegovina in Croatia. First, it was registered halal standard in Bosnia and Herzegovina officially, then in Croatia in 2010. And actually what is surprising information, that was actually the second worldwide halal standard registered in official authorities. The first was Malaysian standard, then was in Bosnia and Herzegovina. After that we have in Austria and other standards. So this is how I start actually to work in this field.
Although you're very young, but you are among the top leaders who started this certification industry. Wonderful.
Yes, that was, we said in our language, nafaka. My nafaka was in that way that I start working these issues, and that I'm actually from the beginning in it, building the system from the beginning actually.
Could you please let us know what the name of your company is and what specific services you're offering to your customers, and ideally speaking, who your target customers are?
So actually we are the Center for Halal Certification Bodies. We are acting as halal certification body in Croatia. We are owned by the Islamic community in Croatia, so we are not the private institution. We are actually owned by the Islamic community, and my chief actually is the Mufti, the only Islamic authority in our country. So the certificate that we are actually issuing is signed by one side by the Islamic leader, Islamic authority, the Mufti, and the second side is mine as a person who is running the Center for Halal Quality Certification. So we are offering our services to the customer, to the manufacturing, to the production, and the services. So actually from 2010, we start developing halal tourism also in Croatia, as Croatia is a very famous tourism destination in the Europe because of the beautiful Adriatic coast. We start also developing halal tourism. So we are offering quite wide halal certification services to all the customers that are actually interested in our countries, and maybe if from some other EU countries if they want it. We are also accredited by many accreditation institutions from AIAC and others, and we also start this new recognition that we actually need to do. Also, what we are also trying to do is to connect our customers with the qualified buyers. So actually, that's why we start to organize some events in Croatia. The first was in 2010. It was small Halal Forum. In 2016, we have a big, actually, world event. It was called World Halal Day. Last year, we also organized Halal Business Forum, and this year we are also planning to do it as some kind of platform to connect East and West in Zagreb.
And may I know when this event is going to be held this year?
This year, it will going to be held from 4th to 5th October in the city of Zagreb, which is the capital of Croatia. And we start preparation. Actually, there's a pretty high interest for now. We hope that we will also cooperate with you in this field, because the media are very important actually in the raising awareness of halal in the proper way, let me say, because today we have a pretty confusing information from many sides that we are receiving, and there's also a lot of challenges how to the best inform the customers what to buy, what is actually truly halal, let me say in this way. Unfortunately, we have a lot of issues and challenges that we are actually dealing today.
That's right, sir. And sir, how many exhibitors are you expecting in this upcoming business forum?
Actually, this business forum is not organized like exhibition. It is more oriented on the panel discussions.
Okay.
The second are B2B, more B2B. And the third part is actually the scientific conference. So you can apply, if you have some paperwork, you can apply it for the scientific conference, and it will be published in one special published magazine for that we will organize with one of the universities in Croatia.
And do you get the international audience as well, including the speakers?
Yes, inshallah. We are working currently on it, and we are speaking with many countries from the Western countries and also from the Eastern, like Middle East, and also, of course, with the Far Eastries. We are expecting, inshallah, that these pandemic issues will slower, that it will be more easier to travel. Even the people today are traveling a lot. Also myself, I'm traveling around the world, speaking on some conferences, of course, and trying to do business for our customers.
That's right, sir. I guess you are fully engaged with the tourism in the local tourism industry. But apart from tourism, have you offered your halal certification services to halal manufacturers as well?
Yes, of course. That was the first that we need to do. We actually need to have enough halal food, halal certified food,
that's right,
like suppliers, so that we can start actually going to certify services, hospitality services. Because of that, we cannot have the system of how to categorize or certify some kind of restaurant or the hoteliers. So we have this, let me say, control from farm to table, actually, because the system is completely under our control.
That's right. Your target customers are located just in Croatia or in other places as well?
Yes, for now we are just working in Croatia. We have some requests in EU countries and other European countries, but for now we are doing it in Croatia because first we need to actually develop our economy in the best possible way. Then we can offer services if, of course, others are interested to do it, because in the European Union there's a lot of halal certification bodies. With some of them, of course, we are cooperating, because from my opinion and what I'm trying to bring to the world when we are speaking about halal is the first mission, then everything else, like business and other things. Today, everything is just oriented actually to the business. We forget what is the first thing about halal. And that's why we are not trying to challenge any other halal certification bodies if they are working on some territories, especially if they are the Muslim minority in that country and they are trying to do something for their society, for their economy where they are working. We're actually trying to find some kind of cooperation, sharing the knowledge, sharing the certification activities, because of all these days that we are having so a lot of accreditation, which are actually very expensive. So I think in the future that small halal certification bodies need to more cooperate in this field so that they can take care of all these issues that we actually have with halal accreditation, recognition, or whatever they are calling it today.
Right. So, for example, if some organization wants to enter into the Croatian market for whatever reason, do you think that maybe you could assist them as well?
Yes, of course, we are open for it. That's we also, as I already speaking about this event, Halal Business Forum is actually trying to be a platform to connect manufacturing or producers from around the world to the Croatian, actually to the EU market. And from time to time, we are receiving some requests. We are producing this and this. We have halal certificate. Can you help us to come to this market? Also, during the tourism season, especially to the summertime, we are receiving a lot of requests from the tourism agency and for the tourists who are coming to Croatia, or they are coming on the Balkan tour, especially from the Far East countries. They're always asking us where we can eat, where we can go for the praying, and etc. And actually, we are starting to develop this mobile application, which will be much easier to get all information about the Croatia when we are speaking about the halal, because we are trying to bring this brand around the world. It's halal friendly Croatia, because to making this environment more halal friendly. And in Croatia, as a Muslim, you can really enjoy it, because you will never face any actually problems if you are the Muslim, because the Muslims here are very, very integrated in this society and bringing this society, and you can actually enjoy the beauties of Croatia without any problems.
What's the name of the application and when it's going to be launched?
We hope by the end of the year, or maybe on our event in Halal Business Forum, that we will launch it like halal friendly Croatia. Because for the countries where the Muslims are the minority, the best possible way to promote it is actually the halal friendly. Today we have a lot of things friendly, especially in the halal, pet friendly, family friendly, and others. So halal can also be a friendly, because we cannot have total environment halal, but you can offer some part of services or the production, which is actually halal, to the people who are asking for it. And we are also receiving, which is very interesting, that we are receiving the requests from the people who are actually non-Muslims about halal, where they can eat halal, where they can visit some facilities which are offering halal, which is very interesting. And this is showing us the value of halal food and halal way of living, actually. Especially, I think that this pandemic pushed these issues more than ever, about your health, about what are you eating, how are you living actually, because as we all know that the halal is way of living. He's treating from the child when you're born to when you are going to the other world. So these are the things which are actually rising these days.